but I know it ain't worth it in the long run, cause the system won't feel where I'm coming from. But I'm sick of being held down, I'm trying to elevate, so I quit. Sincerely yours, Paraphraze. Can y'all believe it? I dropped Sincerely Yours a year ago today. Man, bro, it's been a hell of a year, man. I think it's been more of a learning experience than anything else, though. So, backstory about how the process of this started. The reason why I called it Sincerely Yours is because I think I wrote a letter to, anybody that ever doubted me, anybody that ever got in the way of what I was trying to do with my life. And I wrote this when I was I just got to a point where I was tired of everybody trying to control me and tell me what to do with my life. And, following, whatever advice they had didn't really help me, psychologically. But I just decided that, this is like, from here on out, I'm going to take my destiny into my own hands. Because at the end of the day, this is my life. I'm the one who got to live it. So if I'm the one who got to live this life, I'm going to be happy one way or another. And so it's like the first song on the tape, is called To Whom It May Concern. I gave you a synopsis of like everything the tape was about on To Whom It May Concern. And the last track, which was the third single called Resignation Letter, that song, I just thought it would be dope to end that song, end the tape with that song. Because, I wrote that track when I was living in Memphis with my dad at the time, because I hated my job and I was just over it, and I had to just get out of there. So after that, shortly after that, I ended up moving back to Houston, living with my mom. And the thing about it, when I was going to Prairie View A&M, I linked up with a cat from Memphis, mr.krt, who y'all heard on the song called Tennessee Chainsaw Massacre. He found my music on Facebook. I know it was a song I had wrote back in like 2013. I wrote about my dad called Good Dad, Hood Dad, which y'all could go listen to that on my Bandcamp page. But he heard it and he liked it, and he wanted to do some music with me, and we linked up, and he happened to be living in Houston at the time, and so we linked up and we did this song called Young, Gifted, and Black, which was on his first project called The Funky MC. And he put me in touch with this cat named Rob Nolan from Tacoma, Washington, who does all his mixing and mastering, and who also raps, even though he don't rap as much as he used to. But yeah, ever since I linked with them, it's just like things have just really been happening a lot more. And y'all know Rob Nolan actually engineered the entire tape, and he dropped a verse on a song called Days Like This with which was also a collab with Nubia Mine. So I just this is definitely the best project I've dropped to date, because the main thing about it was like it's all original. My previous two mixtapes was like I was rapping over jack beats, but just just trying to like put myself out there and let people know I can rap. But like this was like this project, I was really coming into myself. You know, like I'm really showing y'all about me. As far as the production on the project, mr.krt, I mean, really, if it wasn't for him, I don't think this project would be like as massive and as dope as it is now, because it was through him that I met Rob Nolan, and I also met Bootleg, who is one of the producers on the project. He produced, I think, 5 songs on there. And even though I haven't met Bootleg like in person, but I know he's from Chicago, but he lives like out in Vegas. I owe a great deal of gratitude to Mr. KRT for this. Oh, and matter of fact, he also put me up on game about another producer who had produced 2 songs on this project called Backyard. He put me on to him. I was looking at like some of the beats on his YouTube channel, and one of them I actually got off of there, and another beat I got from Mr. KRT. Now, I think my personal favorite song on the project was Slow Your Roll, which was produced by Tavo Beats, 20-year-old cat from the Netherlands, and like his production is just so fucking amazing. And as far as like all the guest features on there, okay, so who I was on there? Mr. KRT, of course, who I linked with in Houston. And then my friend Nubia Iman, who I knew about through my friend Junior Flexwell, who was an MC in Austin, Texas. He had her on the project called Martin McFly Jr. And I think he dropped that in 2013. And like, he let me hear this song they did called Trust. And I was like, wow, I like this girl's voice. And then, you know, I have been following her ever since. And then I found out she can rap too. Oh, I'm like, wow, she's really talented. And so it just like, I wrote this, there was a song on the tape called Kick It With You, which was also produced by Tavo. And I actually wrote that, you know, I wrote that when I was living in Memphis, but I didn't lay it down until I went back to Houston and linked up with Rob. And I was thinking, you know, I gotta get a female rapper for this. And I had somebody else in mind, but I don't know, I didn't really think it would fit her flavor. But I think the thing about Nubia Iman, I think me and her, we're kind of like, I think me and her, we both kind of bring that nostalgia of like the 90s, you know, back to this day and age. Because the thing about her, I think she had a song she put out a few years ago called Hooked on Your Love. And I kind of got an SWV vibe from, you know, working with her. Like, I can honestly tell you, she is the clutch, because I was trying to get somebody. I had been trying to get like a few different people to sing the hook on Days Like This, which featured her and Rob Nolan. And like everybody kept flaking on her. And so I said, you know what, maybe I should just go ahead and get Nubia to sing this, because, you know, she obviously ain't gonna flake on me. And I think the thing about me, I try not to have like, I don't know, I try not to have people feature on like more than one track per project. You know what I'm saying? Like have the same person feature on multiple songs. I don't know, this is just kind of weird to me, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. I know she gonna come through for me. And she did. And she killed it. And I think it's dope for her, because like anybody that listened to the tape that was impressed by her, they know that not only can she rap, but she can sing too. And I think it puts you in multiple people's ears to say. But yeah, who else was on there? Oh, my homegirl Precision, who I went to Prairie View with. She was on the track called Lead Poisoning, which that song was just like bars out the ass, which was produced by Bootleg. And ever since I graduated, you know, me and her have been friends like on Facebook, just talking, and she wanted to do something with me, and I came up with the concept for this song, and I sent it to her, and she sent me back her verse, just a raw file of it, and let me hear it. I was like, God damn, I think she killed me on my own song, honestly. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this whole project was just, this whole project was just awesome to me. And then, who else? Oh, also another cat I went to Prairie View with, who I was actually in the Law Boys clique with, KC, my partner from Dallas, who I went to PB with. He was on the joint called Wake 'Em Up, which also featured Kev King Cole, who I know through Rob Nolan. And I think out of all the songs on the tape, that one was like the more. I think that one was more modern, more mainstream than any other song on there, because it kind of got like a gritty ass. I don't know if it's really a turn up song, but you know, it's like, you know, it just doesn't really remind you of the 90s, but it's hard as fuck, you know what I'm saying? I think out of everybody on the Law Boys squad who I was in college with, I've only actually made music with 3 of them. It was KC, it was my partner Exodus, and then my partner Yizzo. And I don't recall doing anything with anybody else in the clique, but even though I was trying to. But I think only a few of us really took music seriously. Me, KC, and my other homeboy Curtis Mays, who is also from Dallas, because I know he been blowing up. As far as my fan base and marketing and promotion is gone, in the past year, I can honestly say I think that moving to Atlanta is probably the smartest thing I've done since I graduated. And I really didn't want to come here. I would have rather stayed in Houston, but I mean, it got to a point where it was like, it's really nothing left for me there, because Rob ended up moving back to Tacoma, and I don't know, nothing was happening. I mean, there's really only one reason why I wanted to stay, but I don't want to go into detail about that. But since moving to Atlanta, it really, I don't know, my fan base has really grown a little more, because it started with me constantly going to Locks and Lyrics, which is an event, which is an open mic event that is held at the Naturals Hair Salon and Creative Studio. And the lady who organizes the event is also the owner of a brand called Lock Living, which she founded because when the whole natural hair movement started a few years back, she felt like nobody was really showing love to people with locks. So she founded Lock Living, and it's got a massive following. She started Locks and Lyrics when they established the salon last year, and I found out about it through my friend Fun, who I was following on Instagram, the flyer for it, and I'm like, wait, grand opening of a salon in Atlanta, and the event is free. I said, well, shit, maybe I need to hit this up. And the crazy part about it is I almost didn't go that first time. Cause like anybody that knows me knows I'm a homebody. I don't like going out to events and shit. But I told my mom about it, and I told her that when I came home from church, and I told her, you know what, I kind of don't even feel like going. But you know, mom being who she is, she told me to go anyway. So I was like, all right, cool. And when I went there, I wasn't even like going to try to perform. I was just going to network and just chill. But the stage kept calling me. And I hadn't dropped the tape at the time because it wasn't finished. I think I was like 1 or 2 songs from being done. I just got up on the stage and I spit the first verse off of Slow Your Roll, and everybody loved it. And it was like, ever since that night, I felt like, you know, all the ladies at the salon and, you know, the ladies who owns Live Living, you know, I felt like I was family. So I just been kicking it with them ever since, getting my hair done over there. And which shout out to Radio Rashida, she does my hair. And also through Locks and Lyrics, I actually met a lot of interesting people through Locks and Lyrics, because who all did I meet? I met Professor Griff from Public Enemy. I met Osun, and I met Sarak, who has been one of my favorite female rappers since I was in college. So, you know, moving to Atlanta has been pretty good for me, you know, music-wise. Some months go by, and I have been getting emails from somebody who organizes this event called the Showcase Tour. They were telling me that like they were looking for rappers to perform in a showcase at Sway's venue in Marietta, which I think they closed it down. And so I said, you know what? Yeah, sure, I'll get in on this. I paid like $200 for like a 10-minute set, and like I think that night that was the best performance I've ever given since I started rapping, because like everybody was fucking with it, but the thing about it, like couldn't nobody hear me because like the DJ he had the beat turned up so loud, so I'm up on stage screaming my fucking lungs out, but I was like, fuck it, you know, the show goes on. And through that event, I met another MC who lives in Atlanta called Trader Maker, and I followed him on IG, and I was looking at some of his videos, and I seen him doing shows with like Coast to Coast Live, which I had heard about them like years prior, and I said, you know what? Maybe that's who I need to start fucking with. And so I remember I was up early one Sunday morning, and I just like logged on their website, signed up, and I started entering like all the contests they had and shit. And I know the first contest was like, it was a music video showcase, and I entered the Slow Your Roll music video in there. And I ended up winning. I took first place, and it was just like, that was just so, I was so lit off of it. And the crazy part about it was like, one of the judges, DJ Payne won, he said that like, he didn't really think the quality of the video itself was all that, which honestly I kind of agree with him. But he said the song was amazing. And that is what ended up, you know, putting me in first place because I had the best song out of everybody in that contest for that day. And so even though the video was whack in his opinion, but after that they allowed me to put Sincerely Yours on their website, and I think that's where like a lot of my fan base really came from. But afterwards I found out that they took my tape and then they put it on Dat Piff and it was sponsored. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I had been trying to put my music on Dat Piff for years, but they denied my application. So the fact that I even got a project on there is like, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? But some other contests I had entered with them, they got this other thing they do called Direct to Exec, which is like an affiliate of theirs. And what that is it's kind of like the same thing. It's either a video showcase or a live performance. They do both of them. And I entered the Slow Your Roll video into that showcase as well. And the judge was an A&R for Warner Music Group. But the thing about it, he said like he liked the song and he liked my message, but he didn't think it was a hit. And that he would rather hear me like do some ignorant trap club type shit. And I'm like, why would you even say that? Because you hear everything I'm saying on this song, you obviously can tell I'm not on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and how you gonna tell me that you like my message, but you want to hear me do something ignorant? So you would rather me, do something that will dumb down the minds of these kids than, put them up on game? Didn't make sense to me, but you know what? I mean, I can't really be mad at them because at the end of the day, it's business, and it's about making money. And if the kids these days don't care about nothing with a positive message or anything that actually, if they don't care just about good music in general, if they just want something they can turn up to, pop pills to, have sex and all that shit, then at the end of the day, that's what they're gonna push for. When I won that first contest, one of the prizes was I got a free pass to the Coast to Coast Music Conference in Miami, which I attended in September. And I don't know. I mean, I kind of wish I hadn't done that because it's like I had to pay for my own hotel room, my own gas, my own traveling expenses. I got a free pass, but they didn't they didn't really pay for nothing. So, and then while I was there, I also did Direct to Exec, but I did a live performance in front of Sean Barron, who was an A&R for Atlantic. And I performed Resignation Letter, and he said it was dope. He said, it makes him think. He said it was like a 2018 version of Kanye West Spaceship, which, I can see that. But I mean, he didn't really give me no feedback on like how I can improve, so I must have done something right. But like, I'm still waiting for him to hit me up. Which, son, get at me, bro. Oh, and you know what else happened this year? Matter of fact, I don't know if any of y'all know who DJ Nikki Nice is, but she's a DJ who lives in Atlanta, and she started doing this thing. She started doing music reviews too for like independent artists. Like you send her a song and it was like $25, and she reviews it on IG Live. So I sent her Slow Your Roll, and she checked it out, and she was fucking with it. You know, like, you know, of course, she said basically the same thing that the A&R from Warner Music Group said. That, you know, it's not really. I don't know. I guess she was expecting like some club type shit, you know, some poppy shit. And you know, she said even though it's not a club record, like we need more music like this. You know, music that like that's uplifting, music that will like empower the kids. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up meeting her at this event called Indie Impact, which is like a seminar for independent artists that's trying to come up, like to like get pointers about marketing and promotion and all that shit. You know, she was there as a speaker, and I met her. You know, and like she's just an all around dope person. You know what I'm saying? Also, mr.krt, he also told me about this blog called Viral Voice that does music reviews, and they're based in Memphis. And I sent them my tape, and they reviewed it. You know, I think the main thing, like, they thought it was good, but it's like they thought the beat selection could have been a little more diverse, because like if you listen to Sincerely Yours, it's majority like boom bap type beats, like that old school East Coast sound. And come to think of it, I actually sent my tape to my partner Jay Soldier, who I went to high school with. And you know, he said the same thing, like that he liked the tape, he liked the music, and that like I should try to be more diverse with the beats, because like he knows me, and he knows that, you know, I'm true to like the culture, I'm true to my craft. But you know, as far as like trying to build a fan base, you gotta, you know, be a little more open-minded, which I can see that. But it's like a lot of this shit that like these cats is on these days, I just don't feel it. So, you know, it's hard for me to, you know, kind of break that mold. But yeah, I actually ended up performing in another showcase at the Apache Cafe in Atlanta called Exposure Open Mic, because I found out that the A&R for Grand Hustle was gonna be there. So I said, I can't pass that up. And you know, I gave him my tape, because I know while he was there, he said, you know, he liked artists with substance. And, you know, that's me all day, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I managed to catch him before he left, because he didn't stay the whole time. And I gave him my tape. And, you know, one thing I noticed, though, like, when I gave it to him, he was taking a look at the cover art. He said, "Oh, did you do this yourself?" And I'm like, yeah, I do graphic design too. So even if he don't want to fuck with me on the music, I'm hoping he hit me up to, like, you know, design some covers for some people, because I mean, you know, that'll at least get my foot in the door. So yeah, and that was pretty cool. I performed Resignation Letter that night, which I had the crowd hype off of that shit. This past year has been more of a learning experience than anything, because I think, you know, like, I spend a lot of money, you know, on like doing shows and performances, but it's like, for what? You know, like nothing. It's like for example, when I went to Miami for the Coast to Coast Music Conference, they had a championship contest, and the grand prize was $50K, and I'm like, you know, when I did the oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I also forgot to mention, I did a live performance at a little club downtown called Crazy Atlanta, which that night I performed Slow Your Roll. I ended up tying for fourth place with another cat who was there. And even though like I didn't win first, I started thinking like it's all about perspective, because there must have been at least like 30 cats there total. Everybody pretty much sounded the same. Like everybody was on like trap shit, club shit. But you know, I came with something different. And that's what put me in the top 5, even though I didn't take first. Which shout out to God saying he took first place. Because what the judges were going on, they were going by originality, which I had, stage presence, which for me was mild, I guess, and marketability, which in this day and age I don't really have that unless, you know, you market me to like, you know, J. Cole's fans or Kendrick's fans, you know. But that originality is what really put me in the top 5, because like I said, like a lot of them cats sounded the same. It's like, how is anybody supposed to stand out if everybody's riding the same trend and making the same type of shit? You know what I mean? The thing about Coast to Coast is like, you know, a lot of people say they real like shady, which I could kind of see that, because it's like they got niggas out here paying like $300 to perform one song, and if you don't make it into the top 5, you know, you fucked out of $300 and you're going home empty-handed. And it was the same thing, like, you know, with the music conference, with the championship, because it's like it had to be close to, I don't know, it had to be close to 1,000 people there, like musical acts and their supporters. And, you know, there was only one winner, and it's like all these niggas who didn't win, they going home empty-handed, and they done spend mad cheese coming all the way out here and entering the fucking contest. And it's for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we did all this shit and we still went home empty-handed. Like, I remember at one point we was all walking out the auditorium and shit, and like, it was a guy that was in front of me. He said, look, whenever I'm making millions off of this music shit, don't try to say you had anything to do with my success, because like, they was, because one of the guys there who was a part of Coast to Coast, he was on the stage, he was saying, look, no matter what happens, we're all winners, you know, that old cliche bullshit. And just like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but like, it was just, you know, like, it was all cliche, so, you know, it doesn't even matter. But I mean, like, you gotta admit, like, they operation is kind of shady, because like, I lost a lot of money, like, fucking with them. So I don't know. I may or may not. I probably won't do Coast to Coast no more, because I mean, like, them prices for what you get is ridiculous. So I think like that's the main thing I learned from. That's the main thing I learned this past year, is like, know your worth, and like, you know, don't get fucked over. You know, like, don't let people like cheat you out of your money and shit, when you just gonna end up getting the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is Sincerely Yours, first year anniversary and review. Much love to everybody that supported the project. Y'all just stay tuned, because I have been working on some new shit. It's your boy Paraphraze, and the link to Sincerely Yours is in the description. It's still on Bandcamp, It's on Bandcamp, Audio Mac, Coast to Coast Live, and Dat Piff. So whichever one of those outlets you fuck with, you know, it's on there. So go check it out if you haven't already heard it, and let me know what you think. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.
I ain't never gonna see no real bread from this dead-end job. Uncle Sam's in my pockets, I'm forever getting robbed. The odds never really seem to be in my favor, so every day I'm thinking about pulling the caper. But I know it ain't worth it in the long run, cause the system won't feel where I'm coming from. But I'm sick of being held down, I'm trying to elevate, so I quit. Sincerely yours, Paraphraze.